At some point, almost without noticing, many of us absorbed a dangerous idea that simply being ourselves was not enough, that we would only truly deserve a place in the world if we became exceptional, smarter, more impressive, more admired than others. This belief quietly settles into the mind and begins to shape everything. It determines how hard we work, how we judge ourselves, and whether we feel at ease in our own lives. And the result is often not motivation, but anxiety, shame, or an endless sense of pressure. A revealing question sits at the center of this issue. Did your childhood leave you feeling, on balance, that you were okay as you were? Or did it somehow teach you that you needed to be extraordinary to justify your existence? If the answer is the latter, adulthood often becomes a restless cycle of overachievement and self-contempt. You either chase impossible standards or punish yourself for not reaching them. Around 1 in 5 people live in this uncomfortable space, never believing that anything is enough, or quietly feeling like a failure for not beating impossible odds. Just a quick reminder, if you like learning new things, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you enjoy this content. For many, this pressure showed up early. At school, you may have worked relentlessly, not out of love for learning, but out of fear. Homework wasn't curiosity-driven, it was survival. Coming near the top of the class felt essential, not optional. Even now, long after school has ended, the sense of needing to be exceptional may never leave you. You may not be remarkable in any obvious way, but you're rarely free from the demand to become so. Often, this mindset begins in unspoken childhood dynamics, where a parent needed you to be special to steady their own fragile sense of worth. Without saying it aloud, they gave you a mission. Don't just exist, be extraordinary. Seen from this angle, achievement begins to look very different. Not as the noble ideal we're taught to admire, but often as a symptom of distress. Those who build skyscrapers, dominate industries, perform endlessly, or chase recognition at any cost may not be the healthiest among us. Meanwhile, the people who can tolerate an ordinary life without agony, the ones content with modest routines and quiet pleasures, may be the true emotional elites. The world, in this sense, divides into those privileged enough to be ordinary and those cursed to feel they must be remarkable. For some, the only escape from relentless pressure is collapse, a breakdown that looks like failure but is often the mind's desperate attempt to stop, heal, and finally grow. In these moments, something important may be happening. The mind may be trying to dismantle a life built on cruel expectations. It may be attempting to reduce commitments, lower costs, and escape the absurd demands imposed by others. Yet society rarely helps. Collectively, we lack inspiring images of good, ordinary lives. We associate quietness with failure, simplicity with lack of ambition. We glorify the center stage, the metropolis, the noise. We distrust calm, maturity, and the gentle decline of unrealistic hopes. And yet, there is no real center. Or rather, the center is wherever you are. Occasionally, artists remind us of this truth. Montaigne once wrote that ruling nations and performing great deeds may look impressive, but living gently and honestly with one's household and with oneself is rarer and more difficult. Johannes Vermeer's painting The Little Street quietly challenges our assumptions about success. So do certain films, novels, and songs that linger on modest lives and unremarkable days, revealing their hidden depth and dignity. Still, most of what surrounds us pushes in the opposite direction. Advertisements, media, and culture constantly celebrate speed, luxury, fame, and busyness. The message accumulates. If your life is simple, it must be nearly worthless. And yet, this is a lie. There can be immense skill and nobility in raising a child to be stable and kind, in sustaining a long relationship despite deep difficulties, in doing an unglamorous job with care, in keeping a home together, in listening well, and in not succumbing to bitterness or rage. When we learn to see without self-hatred, a quiet treasure reveals itself. Beyond the expectations of others, life's true luxuries may be far simpler than we were taught. Friendship rooted in honesty, creativity without an audience, love without desperate hope or crushing despair, early nights, hot baths, shared meals, and moments of peace. Perhaps being exceptional was never the goal. Perhaps being human, fully, gently, and enough, always was. If you found this video meaningful and interesting, drop a comment below and share your experience. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might find this content useful. And as always, thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.